What's going on? It's your man LL Cool Trucker back at it, checking in one more time for you. So, different levels of trucking. Alright, so you're gonna enter a different level, different tier, different categories of trucking. Alright, I got this idea, this topic from another brother I know. If he watched the video, he know who he is. So we're gonna go with it. Great topic. So I'm thinking about it now, so I decided to go ahead and do a quick video on it. So when you first start trucking, you're going to enter into different tiers throughout your trucking career. And we all want to be in that lane of trucking, whether you owner operator, making the big money. If the rates are good, that's a whole nother topic in itself. But we're going to keep it basic right now. So, you get a dedicated route, you home either daily or every other day, and you still got, good, pay, 100,000 a year pay type stuff. 120,000 a year pay type stuff. So starting out, it won't necessarily be like that, but that's what we be hoping for. That's what we aspire to, right? So you get into trucking, the first level of trucking. So I'm gonna just categorize it at 3 levels. The first level of trucking, or the first tier of trucking, you fresh out of school, you done got your CDLs, you finna hit the companies like, let's just say Stevenson's Transport. Let's just say you're gonna hit Swift. Most folks go through Swift, or have been through Swift, or you may go to Knight Transportation. These major trucking companies, like that. And you're gonna be gone 30 days at a time, maybe 28 days, maybe 20 days at a time, home 2 days. That's what most people gonna fall into in their beginning career of trucking. Most, not all, but most, right? So some people like that, some like it, some don't. I didn't like it. I could have done it, but I wanted to be home on the weekends and things like that. I mean, 22 days out, 28 days out, you out 3 weeks home, for 3 days. If that, mostly 2 days. So that's the first tier, right? Second tier, you got some experience now, maybe 1 year in, and you jump ship on them. Or you 2 years in, or whatever the case may be for you. So now you 2 years in, you got your experience, 1 year in, 1.5 years, got your experience. And you go to a different company. Now this company, to see your experience, but you kept a clean driving record, no wrecks, no accidents, anything like that. And even in your own personal vehicle, I gotta make sure I throw that in there real quick. Even in your own personal vehicle, you kept a clean driving record. So now you're looking to get like in the second tier, or the second level of trucking, as far as like you got a somewhat of a dedicated schedule. You're making a little bit better money, you got a dedicated schedule. And, you can make good money being over the road just starting out. I don't want to say you not. Roughly $1,000 a week base pay, $1,100 base pay for most truckers. Give or take, depending on your taxes and your insurance. Give or take, don't hold me to it. Don't stone me now, don't throw no rocks. I thought I get $1,000 a week. Somewhere up in there, give or take. A few hundred here, a few hundred there. So second level of trucking, second tier. You probably doing like a dedicated route. You probably home definitely on the weekends. And this flatbed, this dry van, whatever. This pulling doubles or triples. And that's that second level of trucking. You want to get somewhere in that range to where you home, you can kind of have a little power over your schedule because you got that experience. Getting through the first level or the first phase of trucking is the key. If you can grind, endure through that, being gone, being away from your friends, being away from your family. If you just got a family, you already made family man or family woman, whatever the case may be, and you jump right into it and you get through those, being gone 3 weeks, you can get through that, say 8 months of that, you can gain a little power on moving to another company, But getting through that is the main thing for a lot of people that I'm noticing, a lot of new truckers. All right, then you finally get to that second tier. Dedicated route or regional route, or in the same area, you in the southeast area or you in the Midwest area, and you ain't going all 48 states, so to say. So you get to that second tier. Getting through that, most people stay there because they got a dedicated route. They're comfortable. They family get used to their schedule. They get used to their schedule. They may be home every day, every other day. Maybe out 2 days, back home. Gotta leave out the next day, somewhere in there. Then you got the third tier. You done settled into a great grade A company. For example, they no longer in business, but for example, you had Yellow Freight, Big Yellow. You know what I'm talking about. You can go do a bid, you be out and right back, wherever you at, and you making great money. you making great money. Own companies like that. And you got companies like what's another? You can do a company, once you got your experience, you can find you a good company like Yellow Freight, for example, before they went out of business, or a company similar to that right now. Another company, for example, would be like, I want to say Saia, S-A-I-A. The type of companies, you know, people really don't quit these type of trucking jobs. They stay there for like 10 years in, 20 years in, they still there at the trucking job. They still there. You know, it's great benefits, it's good pay, and you home during the week, home, you know, off on the weekend, whichever your particular schedule, you know, fits, whichever one you got. All right, so those type of companies, I say the third tier. You know, this all strictly, these tiers I'm dealing with is strictly company related. You know, then you can jump over to the owner operator side. You know, a lot of folks want to get to that level. That's a whole different ball game. You know, I would recommend, you know, company driving. Do your thing, do whatever you want to do. You grown, make your own decision. I would recommend company driving just a little bit to gain the experience if you never drove, or going on the road with a family member or a friend or whoever you know to gain that experience first, right? You're really gonna learn trucking, the ins and outs, when you get out there on your own and you face with situations and you gotta make decisions on, you know, how to move, what road to take, what road to not take. When you have a close call, I don't care if you never had an accident, you're gonna have close calls. You drive long enough, you're gonna have plenty of close calls. All right, so them the three, you know, tiers of trucking. I said you got, you know, the over the road cross country driving. You go on 3 weeks, you're home 2 days, and you finally get that experience, and then you move over into, once you make it through that, if you got to go through that, or go, you know, do Pepsi or Coke like I was saying in my other video, you know, then you'll be home every day getting experience without going over the road. Go work at Pepsi or Coke and you'll get your experience. All right, and just go through that. All right, so 3 weeks out, 2 weeks, you know, 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, and home 2 days. Get through that. Then you got you finally get your experience. You know, you got your home every weekend. And that's about what most folks stay at. And then you got your good job. You finally settled in the company, good pay. I'm talking about 100,000, 120 a year. And you out, but you home during the week as well as off on weekends. That's the gravy job. Or you jump over into your owner operator, you know, you buy your own truck, things like that, or you driving somebody else's truck. So that's a whole thing in itself. All these different phases, these different tiers of trucking, the ins and outs. So the main point is get through whatever tier, whatever level, as I was explaining, like whatever phase of trucking that you in. Get through it. Don't give up on it. Get through it, get the experience, move on to another job, move on to another company. Trust me, you get right, stay with a clean record, you'll get hired on anywhere. So don't get discouraged. Be cool, keep trucking. Catch you on the next one.